Yes, people. Welcome to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by my fellow co-host, the young OG. My light Harris is in the building. So first and foremost, are you telling me, Harris, you good?
Well, gang shit, you know what I'm saying? It's good vibes in the UK, innit? Everyone's gassed about the Euro final and that, but obviously, what's it called? You know the vibes, people, bruv. It's good weather right now. I don't know what's the weather in Manny like saying, bro. You
It's
know,
decent.
I'm honest.
It's decent.
Like, but you know the vibes, innit? Shout out to each and all of you, each and every time, bruv. That's what it's about, bro. That's what it's about, bro. It took me a second to get my words out, but I'm here.
It's cool, fam. We're only 50
vibing.
seconds into the show. It's calm, and yeah, like 100%. We are vibes in. And like I start each and every show on the channel. Love to everybody who is supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity in it. Big up to everyone who is supporting the channel. Large up the Twitch gang as well. Large up the Twitch gang. Let's get us to 100 followers on Twitch. There will be certain shows that will be exclusive on Twitch this month in it. So fan calling shows is one of them. So for people who are always like, how do I get on the channel? So we will be doing fan calling shows and it'll be Twitch only. We're going to be doing Jamaica watch-alongs as well in the Gold Cup. That will be on Twitch only as well, people. So obviously I'll keep you posted on that. YouTube as well, whether you're watching this live or watching this back, please make sure you hit the like button. Please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share it across all the socials and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell because you don't want to. We go live every day. Literally every day we go live, so you don't want to miss any of the shows. There's an upcoming live stream section as well. But I got to welcome the special guest to the show. We continue to bring you the best guests across all shows, especially ManDem United. This is a Don who's working extremely hard. He's on a channel called Never a Foul Podcast, which, like Sarcasm City, is building content. Like they go live literally every day. They're out here doing cookouts. They're doing watch-alongs. They've got multiple shows. They got multiple shows covering all Premier League teams. They've got music over there. You know what I'm saying? I got to welcome my like Tyrone to the show. Yes, Tyrone, what are you telling me?
Big up, man. Let me just move this through quickly. No TV involved. All right, that intro there, man, I absolutely loved it. You even said you got cook-ups going on, man. I didn't expect that one.
Yeah, man, we got cookouts going on. It's a shame I couldn't get to it, man.
Trust me, you're going to be at the next event as well, man. So it'll be great to see you there. 100%. But now, do you know what? Thank you ever so much for like getting me on the channel. Big up what you guys are doing. Big up Harris as well. I know he's been on a few podcasts that I've seen. So do you know what? I'm looking forward to this. And yeah, like you said, man, make sure you like and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. You can follow us at Never a Foul as well and like and subscribe to our channel. We've got a lot of content for a lot of clubs as well. But we're just like Sarcasm and obviously Flawless and Harris. We're just doing this thing. We enjoy it. And without you guys in the comments, it wouldn't be a show, man. So yeah, man, let's make it a good one, man. Big up Flawless every time, man.
Yeah, man, large up every time. It's only right. I got you on here because I was on Never a Foul podcast. There was I think it was a couple months back. I've been meaning to get Tyrone on. Obviously, I have Trafford Tunnel over there with the Manchester United show, so make sure you check it out. I will be tagging Never a Foul. I will put that in the title. I'll put it underneath as well. Large up everyone in the comments. We will get to all the comments. But yeah, man, it's only right, innit? Everybody's eating over here. Everybody's supporting each other. Everybody be providing content as well. But anyway, let's get into the show, people. So as you can see from the title, SANCHO, VARANE, and CAMAVINGA is still Glazers Out. Like that doesn't stop just because United are doing what they're supposed to. It's still Glazers Out. It will always be Glazers Out. I said this before the transfer window opened. I was like, it doesn't matter to me about who they sign. We could get VARANE, we could sign SANCHO, CAMAVINGA, we could get a DM, a new centre back, right back, whatever, and that. Like 100%. It's still Glazers Out 100%. So we'll go to you, Tyrone, being a special guest. What's your thoughts on that in regards to the Glazers Out movement? We'll start there.
Yeah, I think one thing they've been clever at is that they always pump money into signings. And I think that's where people get misconstrued because they're like, oh, we're always signing players there. Oh, you're always bringing in this place for 80 million, 70 million. It's kind of like a decoy that deflects away from actually the real problems where really they're not really spending their own money anyway. They're taking it out of their clubs and giving it to their franchises. Look at Tom Brady and the massive contract he's got at 45 years old. Obviously, he's not 45, but you know what I mean. So personally, I think when you look at the fundamentals of the club, you go to a stadium like Old Trafford. I know you've got Emirates and you've got the Tottenham Stadium. We've even got a roof that leaks. Now I'm sorry, right?
Exactly.
Like
there you go.
They're little things that people might think, oh, they're not a problem. But if you can spend 80 million on a player, I'm sure you can spend a couple pounds on the actual things that are the fundamentals of the clubs that the fans are going to watch the teams play. I just think for me, it's got to the point where I'm tired of it, if I'm totally honest.
Yeah, I hear that.
I don't actually believe it's gonna change. So that's why I've just become. It's, you know, you just get used to it. It's just like going to a driving test and you fail a driving test for something ponce, and you're thinking, oh my God, like I'm just gonna go to this driving test and fail next time until you eventually pass the test. And that's exactly how I feel with the Glazers. We're gonna keep saying Glazers out, and then all of a sudden they're gonna go when none of us expected. Like Ed Woodward, that news just dropped, and everyone was like,
man, now Weasel. I'm so glad he's going, man.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? But
Weasel.
it just come like no news, no rumors, just dropped, and that's gonna be the same with Glazers. But for now, unfortunately, I really do think we're stuck with them. So it's not that I don't want to say too much on it. I just think we've got to bite the dust and hope that obviously the signings make a difference. And we've got a manager right now who I think it should be the more of the talking point, because he's the one that's picking the players. He's probably going to have a hand in signing the players. But for now, we're stuck with the Glazers, man. It's just like I said, driving test. You're either going to go there and you're gonna fail it, and one day you're going to pass, and Glazers are going to do the same thing. They're going to rock out when we don't expect it.
I hear that. Yo, Harris, what's your thoughts on that? Because obviously the Glazers out movement quieted down after the protest, which obviously it was going to happen because we can't protest every week, but the protest,
the signings as well, man. They con people.
Yeah, the signings do, and it didn't con me. As much as I can be happy about a Sancho coming in, doesn't stop me from being Glazers out. I can be happy about Varane coming in. It doesn't stop me from being Glazers out. Go on, Harris, what's your thoughts on it?
First off, I agree with everything Tyrone said, innit? Shout out to you, bro. Sipping on that Rubicon, top 3 drinks of all time. That's all I'm saying. It literally is, bro. No, no one can chat to me on that one, innit? Yeah, it's top 3, innit? Yeah, I agree, bro. Because you know what happened today, yeah? Obviously, I'm on a couple of United group chats and that, and these brothers are sending in the new shirts. I'm like, why are you I'm thinking, why are you sending it like you're gonna go and buy that shirt? You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's like, we've been preaching a message. We've been preaching a message to literally every single person and their dog, bruv. And their dog, yeah? And they're still not getting it. It's like, why are you going to spend? Because the shirts, people acting like the shirts are a little man thing, like 10, 20 quid. No, there's 50, 60 quid. And you man are dropping that on a shirt, bruv. And it's like, bro, you are funding the problem. I always say this. Do not fund the problem. Oh, you're going to make it worse. Do not. When I used to say Ollie out, they're like, you're too focused on Ollie out and you should be more focused on the Glazers. Then when we focus on the Glazers, you're out here focusing on that problem by buying all their shit, bruv. And that's what pisses me off at the end of the day. Because it's like, man's out here, man's trying to spread a message. But you know when you're trying to stick to a message, you need to stick by the code no matter what, yeah? Even if Man United release a Dior kit, yeah, mixed with Louis Vuitton, you still don't buy that, because I know bare man would want to...
I get you, fam.
How you give me jokes already? I love it,
bro. Listen, you don't want to buy that, bro. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie. Dior, Louis Vuitton, I don't. That's a wavy collab. But you listen, I ain't got the place to buy that. But still, yeah, you still don't buy that collab, bro. Because no matter what, they're gonna throw shit at you. They're trying to PR their way through. They manipulate you guys, man, and you guys are being manipulated, bro. You know what I'm trying to say, Flawless, bro. It's like the fans and the board are in a toxic relationship together, and each time we try to leave, we keep coming back to them, bro. Like on some serious shit, yeah. I was actually deep in this. That Glazers Out protest made me so proud as a fan. I was like, we got a game cancelled, bro. What are you man telling me, bro?
Facts.
We got all game. My boy, he's a Liverpool fan. He's like, oh, bro, I'm so pissed off at United fans. I was like, fuck it, man. We shut down the scene, bro. When that happened, yeah, that was like, bro, that was scenes. Yeah.
Harris, I agree with you fully, because exactly what you're saying, because we've actually shut down one of the biggest games, I'll probably say, in world football. 100%. But what happens now? What do you do from there? You've gone into the stadium here, you've broken or whatever. My man's let you in for the side gate and all them things there, yeah. But you know, it's like they're sneaking into a nightclub and you know the bouncer.
I was there for 2 out of 3 of them. Man knows. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go on.
That's what I mean. And when you think about it, right, they're chucking things up at the director's box and all that, but you've broken in the stadium and stopped a Liverpool Man United game. Now, what do you do from here? So I was on a podcast before and they were saying to reach it to next levels, you're going to have to go to America, and the American Man United fans are going to have to do stuff in the American stadiums or something where it's going to hurt them in their pocket. Because let's be honest, they're still sitting in their Miami mansion. They don't care. They was in the stadium. So what do we do to actually make a proper stand? Because that is a proper stand, but you can't then decrease, innit? You've hit the red light. You can't then go back to an amber and green and everything's cushy again. That's what I'm saying. So what do you think we do next?
Go on, if you answer, and then I'll respond.
Bro, you know what it is? There's not one thing we have to do. There's like multiple things. But to all your American United fans, you might have to hold it down for us lot still, because us man can't go up in the Buccaneers Stadium and do a madness still, bro. Because it's like that That's a long thing still. But Man United's got such a big fan base. This is where you, man, you grab the bull by the horns and say, fuck this shit, I'm done. Yeah. And I'm not going to say riot because riot's about, you protest. That's the bad. You protest outside the stadium. Yeah. Because enough is enough. When I saw this interview, yeah, this woman's like, what's your thoughts on the Man United situation? I don't know what Glazer it was in it. They're all pagans to me, yeah. But this brother wasn't answering nothing. He just got in his car, and I was like, "This is a man who does not give a shit. This is a man who makes a club for
he's
money."
under pressure though, because that's the first time
I see that. They'll see that the woman was tracking around the car park.
No,
Yeah,
but
man.
you know what?
Was chasing him around. I do like that.
You know, if you're under pressure with all the PR they do, with them hiring Neil Ashton, you would think, yeah, they would at least say, listen, we're trying to work on our situation. Because on all the fan forums, they got all the chests to say, yeah, we're working on the situation. We're going to try and improve anything. But no, bro, this is what man's saying, yeah? This brother, they've got no heart. They're emotionless. The thing with Man United fans, they've got a heart to this cause, yeah? And when they brainwash when they brainwash the fans, they believe it. They want to be optimistic. I've learned as a Man United fan, and this is sad to say, you can't be optimistic no more, bro. You can't be excited for what's to come. Man's happy about Sancho, but then I'm like, fuck, we need a DM. There's bigger problems at hand, yeah? I don't know where I'm going with this because I kind of got sidetracked, but the point is, yeah?
Keep going, fam. It's calm. It's calm, man.
The point, okay. And another thing, this is what I'm going to say. You need to stop buying the fucking shirts, people. I'm sorry, but you have to, yeah?
I know, look at my background, man. Full of them. Retro things and all sorts. Wait.
Yeah, and speaking of shirts, people, because someone mentioned this, like I said, I bought the shirt because I needed it for radio. I needed it for the radio show. I needed it from a Third Eye View. We had to do something for promo. So this is the last United thing I bought in a long time. The only United thing I bought before that is a Glazers Out scarf. I have a green and gold
I might buy
strap.
one of those. I might buy.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? This is what man's going to say to you, people. People, this is what I'm going to say. When it comes to shirts, just buy the fake ones, bro. Because it's gotten to a point, yeah, where it's like, I ain't going to go...
China team.
Bro, literally, yeah. I'm not gonna go up to you, yeah, and say, oh yeah, you got a fake Man United shirt. Because man's not... I'm a dickhead if I get onto you about that. Like, because I know our Glazers are such... That should be a message to the Glazers, yeah? Imagine all the United fans were out here buying the fake ones, yeah? Well, if United fans are so willing to what was I gonna say? To put a hole in your pocket, we're willing to go and buy fake shirts. That would send more of a message. Imagine the fake Man United sponsor brand or the shirt maker makes more sales than Man United shirts themselves. Do you know how wavy that would be, bro? That would be wavy.
It's mad though, it's got to be the accumulation in it. Because us three could not buy a shirt, but then 5 man will. So they're not really getting hurt. It's the accumulation of man that have got to do it. Because the funny thing is, I can't lie, I see a couple of the proper, obviously, the guys in Manchester, the youngsters, I'll say like the 16 to 18-year-olds. And when they're doing the protest, they're saying, don't buy merch. But they're holding up a don't buy merch sign with a Man United top on. So where's the message? You get me? You can't be doing one or the other. You got to be full with it or don't be nothing at all.
You have to be solid with it. And that's what I loved about the protest is no matter if you're Ollie in, Ollie out, whether you rate the manager or not, whether you rate certain players or you don't, one thing, Manchester United, everybody is Glazers out. I haven't met anybody who was Glazers in. And we all came together 3 times. We protested in, I think it was in the space of a week to 10 days. I look at the response. Do I believe they go inside Sancho and we're linked with Varane so heavily and linked with CAMAVINGA so heavily? No, I don't think so. I don't think they get the Sancho deal wrapped up before the Euros finals. I didn't expect that. I thought we was going to drag it out. So I believe we've definitely had an effect because, like people have been saying in the comments, we've hit the sponsors. The new training kit sponsor pulled out. Team Viewer, I think, went from 5-star to 1-star. United, like their money, the socials dropped. You know what I'm saying? And that don't follow him across socials and things of that nature. So it did definitely have an impact. Let me get through to the comments as well. Large up everyone in the comments. Big up to Zeno who's there early. He said, "Let's go." Malcolm says, "Big on the ManDem." Zeno also says, "Smash the like." Zeno will be on here. You will catch him on here. Probably on a monthly basis, people. You will catch him on here. So large up everyone supporting Zeno. Manchester Red says hello. Hey, this shirt is fire. I don't know what you're talking about. And you can't go wrong with gold, but that's just me. Smash the likes like Kane did on the rebound for that pen to get England to the final. Sarcasm City, big things are going. Big up Ravi as well. He also says, do you think Pogba will leave? We will get to this, Ravi. We will get to this. Big up Arbiz in the building. Another man who I need to get on the channel as well. I am definitely getting all the Manchester United never a foul done on the ManDem United United podcast, and then
Yeah,
everyone
biz.
else I'm cool with will be on it. Obviously, Soups has been on a Sarcasm City podcast, Souls Daps as well. Noah's saying they get giddy. Yeah, they do get giddy. Noah, 100%. Big up Flawless and the gang. Zeno again, Pogba, we will get to. D'Angelo says, is it really Glazers out still? Seems the issues will still run for a very long time. The United fan base is way too divided in order to unite for the long term. For the long term, yes, I get what you're saying there. But short term, we've seen what it can do. And you're always, no matter what cause you are fighting, you're always going to get people on who's supposed to be on your side who back the ops 100%. It's happened with everything. There's no cause that is 100% universal. Like, we won't go all political, but look at Black Lives Matter. How you can be against that as a message. Forget the organization. I'm not talking about the organization. How can you be against that as a message? Black Lives Matter.
That's a great comparison, you know.
Yo, man, like, not Black Lives Matter more, not only Black. How can you be against that? Same way if it was white people and it was White Lives Matter, I'd be like, yeah, white lives do matter. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, I don't know how you can be against that message. Forget the organization and the people being involved and stuff like that.
Go on. You have to be stupid to be against it. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
Honestly, like, if you have like a logical thought, or even like, even if you have any like heart and like you have like, you know what I want in it, you know what's right and wrong, you should know the Black Lives Matter example you gave, that to be against it, you are literally pretty much an idiot, bro. Because I've never, like,
or you're the R itself.
Yes. Yeah, legit.
Yes.
No, but then all the R's are idiots. Do you get what I'm trying to say, Tyrone, bro? That's what like it all comes together, bro. It all comes full circle, yeah.
Trust me.
And that's 100%. why I say, with the Glazers out here, I don't know how you could be Glazers in. Honestly, if you are Glazers in, I would love to debate this with someone on the show, because that would just be hilarious. Because I would love to see the thought process behind it. But besides that, what I always say, you know what, Flawless, take it on from here. I was gonna
it's cool, fam. It's calm. I was gonna let you go. It's calm. Big up Soups as well. Never a foul. Gang in the building. Just came to say hashtag Glazers out. Soups is another one I need to get on. ManDem United. Green and gold till the club is sold. Fact. Big up Ryan, who says big up the panel.
Big up Ryan.
Cass is here. Is saying I'm only here for Ty. See, man. Tyrone bringing the people.
New member of the Trafford Tunnel as well, man. Big up, Cass.
Oh, is it? Large up, man.
Yeah,
100%. D'Angelo here says, for me, in order to create real change, it is if everyone stops supporting United or any of their teams. It's like contemplating about dating someone who keeps cheating on you. And that's what it is. Like, we have to continue to talk about these things, even when they do good. Like I said, Sancho is a good signing. Varane would be a good signing to me. Camavinga would be. If you sign a DM, like, just because even if they fix the roof and all of these, they could drop ticket prices, whatever. It's still these man out because they've been taking liberties from 05 when they joined. You know what I'm saying? Like 15, 16 years of being bad doesn't mean, you hear me, that now you've had one good transfer window and all of it's like, no, you should have been acting like this. Shouldn't take for free protests, people breaking into the stadium for you to be losing money for you to go, all right, let's treat this club properly. We're even asking for a lot. We're just asking for you to try and put football at the top of the menu. It should be top of the priority list. And you lot ain't doing that. And that's all the issue is. Like, that's literally what it is, 100%. Kaza is saying, don't know why you don't buy shirts on another site. I get mine for £10 real quality. I might shout you about that.
£10.
If you got retro ones, let me know. Let me know.
£10. You know, £10 for a shirt. Trust me, bro. That's worth it. Calm, bro.
Big up YG Jez as well, says big up the panel, another member. If you want to become a member of the channel, people, the link is underneath in the description as well. If you want to become a Sarcasm City TV member. Big up Kenton watching from Trinidad, always on a regular. He said United pissed off Harris. He's not standing it up. What up, Flawless, man? Just checking in. Yeah, man, big up. Zeno says it here as well, man. Stop buying from the store. Stop interacting on their apps and websites. Stop following on social media or hurt their pockets. And that's what these lot listen to. Once their money's hit, you know what I'm saying? And it's bad PR, because bad PR can cause them to lose money, because sponsors are going to look at them protests and go, I don't want my brand associated with that, because then that affects my pockets. So let's go, even though they will go and get a new training kit sponsor. I'm not sure if they have. The fact that we lost them one shows the power of the people.
We need to keep doing this, though. We actually need to we need to write bad reviews on Man United sites. You know what I'm trying to say about the shirts, for example, because this is the only way they'll wake up and listen. Because for 16 years, people have been putting up with their shit, but 16 years is too long, bruv. You know what I'm trying to say? In that 16 years, someone could have had a kid and they would have finished secondary school. That is way too long for me, bruv.
That's a valid point. That's a very valid point, man.
Man's going into A-levels, you know, the Glazers.
That is a long time. There's a kid now who's 16 whose parents have like, wow, since you are a baby, these men have been taking liberties, and now you're grown. Well, not grown, but now you're out of school, going college or whatever. All of a sudden, they want to do it. Big up B Black on the Twitch as well. You know what I'm saying? Who says big up to you? Ravi says, yo, guys will stop buying merch. Really affects anything. Yeah, like I was just saying there. And Harris is mentioning Tyrone. These man, you know what language they understand? The pound sign, the dollar sign, any currency, what you in, that's what they understand. And that's anybody in life. You get what I'm saying? If you have a job and they underpay you by £100, you are going to kick off. Never mind 100 million or 50 million.
Exactly.
If you see a 50 million loss, you're gonna be like, all right, we need to sort this out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bro, Ravi, put it this way, yeah. £50, yeah. £50 costs one shirt. If me, Tyrone, Flawless are buying 3, that's 150. Yeah. If 2 of us stop buying it, only £50 going. If none of us buy it, they've lost £150 just by 3 people. And £150 a lot of money, bro. Like, don't take it. Like, that's what I'm saying. So if £150 is gone by 3 people, 10 people alone will make a difference. That's what I'm saying. You have to keep at it, bro. You can't give in, because every year someone gives in. Don't give in.
Yeah, 100%. And sorry, I had to get to this because Malcolm's talking. This clip lives rent free in my head, in it. So for those that don't know, it was after a game, and we was on Aaron, me, JV, Saeed, etc. And Ollie hadn't made a sub in it, and then JV just went off on one in it, and he was like, he's doing this other thing. He was like, it's not the new camp, but it's not 1999, so not everyone's gonna get a flick from a Sheringham, and we died in it. It made the 2021 best compilation. 2020 funniest compilation I did in it. So go check that out, and it's hilarious. I just put together some of the funniest moments in it, because football's hella serious, but not when we be talking about it. There will be a 2021 funniest compilation as well. I've been keeping the clips as well, people, so look out for that. Big up Dwayne. Yeah, man, 100% had to be done. Too many jokes happen on these streams. Let me throw this together. And there's so many already, and we only in the 7th month of the year. Man might have to do 2 parts in that, because man's already got enough clips to choose from. Clips to choose from. Big up Dwayne as well. He says big up Flawless and the gang. Shout out Dan United every time. He says big up Ty, big link up. Yeah, man, it's only right. You already know. And Damien, you said it here. These man gave us Owen in overtime after we sold Ronaldo. They knew about the Glazers Out. Never forget that.
You know that.
And then the year after, they tried bringing Antonio Valencia.
Yeah, they were taking liberties.
Flawless.
Taking liberties.
I was 10 years old, and when I was 10, I even knew that was a stupid move. I looked at that, and I was like, that broke my heart. I thought we would have got a decent replacement.
That was the moment, the real shift. You were like that opened. The tin of beans were open. The tin of beans were out after that. Literally, I swear. Like, oh wow. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna let Flawless carry on, because that's not even getting to that. That's a whole new one.
They did. What that was. But the thing is, because we had Fergie and we've still been successful under these guys, they were lucky that they had someone as good as Fergie, who even under them and under being restricted, still managed to get enough out of squads to win Premier Leagues, to still pick up trophies, to still be in the race. And now we don't have Fergie there. You see the deficiencies. You know what I'm saying? He covered up a lot for them in terms of just his overall talent. Don't get mistaken, people. When United were in the Champions League, go look at the pictures. It's still green and gold. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being there at 08. I went to a couple of the Champions League games, the home legs and that. I still have my green and gold scarf there. You get what I'm saying?
What a time to be alive.
It was still, it was still green and gold. Like then, you get me? Like, don't let success, and because we have ballers on the pitch and the greatest manager of all time, like take us away from that. Like, don't never let them take us away from that. 100%. Big up 10%. The shout out Flawless always working. Yeah, man. Big up, man. 100%.
Big up Semps, man, every time.
All we can do is continue to hurt their pockets. And like I said, it's not even just a not buying us. Just don't interact with him on socials. That type of thing. Don't follow him on socials. And you can still support the team, because we're all United fans. So we're not going to stop supporting Manchester United. But you can hurt them that way. Like boycott the megastore, stuff like that. Things of that nature. 100%.
I had a sick idea, you know what I'm trying to say one time. But that was off air, brother. You know,
off air things. Yeah. Keep that off air. Keep that off air. Problem is, United are too big and too powerful, but it will never be in a position where enough people don't buy. 158 a lot of money to Manchester United, unfortunately. I get what you are saying with that, because United are a worldwide brand and we're absolute juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? There's people who don't know about football who know the name Manchester United. We've all been abroad. You know what I'm saying? We've all been abroad. And as soon as you say you from Manchester, I've had it. I'm from Manchester. They say, oh, Manchester United. Can't even speak English too always, you get me? Can't even speak English the greatest, but they're like Manchester. I've had it, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, that goes to show the reach of Manchester United. But all we can do is continue to try. That's all we can do, is continue to attempt, because I think it's worked with this window. Look at this window, which we are going to get into as well. Sancho and a possibility of Varane and Camavinga. Even if we don't pull them off, the fact that we've been linked so strongly with them is a step in the right direction. Of course, we know we need more. We need more players. We need a DM. To me, we need a new manager. There's still issues, but at least it looks like they're trying to address them, and it steps 100%. Yeah, boycott MUFTV too, Ravi. I hear that 100%.
Don't subscribe to that shit, and it's shit anyways, bro. That's all I'm saying. You know what? But let me just talk about this, yeah. Let me talk about this, bruv. The main problem at hand, yeah, and they're so-called Man United through and through. The Glazer puppets, the top reds, bruv. I am telling you now, yeah, when I say this time and time again, those brothers are killing the club. Time and time again, they promote the club's propaganda, they promote the Glazers bullshit, and if you try say this isn't right, they'll call you a fake fan. How are you a fake fan for caring about something? I said, if you truly love something, if you really truly love something, yeah, you won't just back it blindly, bro. You will critique it, bruv. You know what I'm trying to say? Say, for example, Flawless, yeah. Flawless is on some wild shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, go on, Flawless, keep doing it, bro. I'm gonna tell him, bro, straight.
You're gonna tell me, yeah, because we done this. That's right. That's you know what I'm saying? Same way, if it's on Twitter and I see Tyrone saying something wild, I'm not gonna publicly out him, but I DM him and be like, yo, fam, you better want to fall back, and vice versa, innit? Because that's what you do. If you don't care about someone, you be like, all right, go and do fuckers. You know what I'm saying? In that, you're not supposed to. Like, that's why your parents are the hardest people on you, because they care the most for you. You know what I'm saying? In that, like,
that's because I've been called negative. Yeah, I get called negative, so and so. Yeah. But bro, how can you be negative in times like this? How can you be negative when you ain't seen your club lift a trophy for 4 years?
How can you be positive, you mean? But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, how can you be positive? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bro, it's dark days out here.
People act like it's your fault in that, fam. What is there to be positive about? In the last 2 years, find me a negative Liverpool fan, because they've been successful. They've been trying to compete. Find me a negative Manchester City fan. Let City fall off for the next 5 years, or Liverpool. Guarantee you're going to catch City and Liverpool fans not being happy. Why do you think Arsenal fans are the most negative fan base? Because they've had the biggest fall from grace. They haven't won a major trophy since what, 04? They haven't been in the Champions League in 5 years. Aubameyang's not touched, you get me, Champions League football with Arsenal his entire time there. So when people say, oh, Arsenal are negative and that, no, I understand why Arsenal have issues.
I think though it's a combination, because I think when your team's playing bad, then it's the manager and owners combined. So right now, because United, okay, we've got to a couple finals, a few semi-finals under Ollie. I feel like the pressure. Yes, we do see a lot on Twitter about the Glazers, but I actually feel like the stranglehold is actually directed towards Ollie now. We're getting more divisive about whether it's Ollie in or Ollie out, rather than the Glazers in and Glazers out. Whereas if Ollie was doing so well, it would just be focused on Glazers out. And then I feel like the energy from all of us three, for example, would be directed towards the Glazers. Because we've got a problem that we don't know if we want this manager or not, on top of the owners. You've got 50% energy going there, 50% energy going there. So there's no clear focus. Do you get what I'm saying? I can guarantee I can come back on the stream with us three, us ManDem, chilling, and we'll have the same problem in October. If we start off a bit like 3 wins, and then we get a couple draws, and then people start getting restless again, then we lose one, then we win 3. People are going to be like, oh, Ollie's not cut out for it. And then people will be like, Glazers are still here. So it's like, we can't make up your mind.
To me, like I said, people address that, and that's the same with the positions on the pitch. They're all problems, because people are like, "Oh, we don't need Sancho." No, we did need a right winger.
We do.
We did need a right winger, but that doesn't take away from the fact we also need a holding midfielder and a centre back. They're all problem areas, because to me, is the manager a problem? Yes, but that doesn't take away from the board and the owners being a problem. Exactly. They're all problems.
So a new manager still comes in with the same problems anyway.
Yeah. So that's the reason why I want a better manager, because I think a better manager gets better results with this team. But that doesn't stop me from being Glazers out. Same way, if new owners come in and Ollie's still in charge, I'll still be like, we need to get rid of this guy. To me, I just want the best in class for my club. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's simply what it is. I give you enough chance. I've give Ollie, like, to me, he's had enough chance to prove whether he can go somewhere or not. And to me, I don't see
it. I
see it. Yeah. I've had enough. I've been had enough.
See, I'm the opposite. I'll be honest, that's mad. I've come on here and I'm actually, I feel like, well, you're going to get into it, but for me, I'm definitely giving Ollie this year. For me, like, he's come third, come second, and I know he's got to a few semi-finals, lost Europa League, which I think he ballsed up in a way, if I'm honest. I think in the Champions League, he ballsed up with the Fred decision. I think we could have gone far in the Champions League, and I'm actually going to call it out. I think we could have probably, other than Bayern City, won that Champions League, because I think over 2 legs, we could have beat any sides in there. So, yes, he got to run the Champions League, and then the Europa League didn't make enough subs early on, but He's been playing this whole 2 seasons, and whether it's his fault or not, it's a transfer market. He's still not had his DM and still not had his right winger. Now, this is Manchester United Football Club. Flawless just said the best in class. Yeah. If we haven't got the best in class, we haven't even got an 11. We've got 9 players I could say that are starting. Maybe not even a centre back. Lindelof, I don't really like. Bailly, I love, but we just can't put him in because he's not fully fit. But I absolutely love him. So we're talking about Ollie basically every week picking 9 players and then fielding in 2 that he thinks can make up the numbers. So we get him them 2 players that he leaves, which I hope we get in the summer. Then I can say, do you know what, Ollie? You've now got your 11 players and maybe 3 adaptable subs. Now go and make something happen. In 12 months' time, I will have a decision for me whether I'm Ollie in or Ollie out. But yeah, we'll get more into the transfers. But yeah, he's fielded 9 players. He hasn't got a right winger and the defensive midfield, and I feel they're 2 strangleholds, and we lack balance.
And I see what you're saying with that, but my issue with that, with the whole bringing 2 players, is like, yes, the squad has deficiencies. We know that. But every title-winning squad for every other team, probably including Fergie's teams as well. Yes, he's the GOAT, so I'm not comparing Ollie to Fergie. Has deficiencies. Utilize what you have. You know what? If Ollie fell short because of the lack of DM, I'd be like, you know what? Fair enough. That's more on the Glazers than that. We fell short in terms of
utilize. You're throwing Dan James. That's not utilizing.
I don't think that's his signing though. That's his signing.
I hear that.
That's my thing. He signed him, and you played for 30 games. You continue to play Fred and McTominay. That's on you. We all know it doesn't work.
But
throw Donny in there. Throw Donny in there. Go on.
It's like, bro, the fact that we're not linked to a DM, you would think like manager.
Go on.
You would think the manager would not throw in a request and be like, look, get me a flipping DM, bro. Like, I don't want to play Fred and McTominay, but it feels like he's happy to play Fred and McTominay, yeah?
Because obviously, that's his go-to, fam, and that is my biggest issue.
Listen, you can't live and die by that sword. You can't live and die by that sword. And what I say is, bro, when Tyrone said, we could have won that Champions League, it kills me knowing that, But remember, I'll tell you this, because this is why I've deep in the latter stages of cup competitions, you need to have some tactical know-how. You need to know how to do it in crunch time. You need to have your in-game management pattern, because you see in cup competitions, you go out in 2 games or 1, depending on the cup competition you are. Ollie's tactics are so dead, that you can get away with his bullshit in the league, innit? You know what I'm trying to say, Because in the league, a shit team won't try to go gun-ho against you. You know what I'm trying to say? If they some teams know, bro, just take the foot off or lose. But in the cup competition, even look at Copenhagen, in that Europa League semi-final. Their goalie was on a madness. It was on a madness, bearing in mind, Copenhagen's in the Danish league. We had to go to extra time and we beat them on a penalty, which Martial won, by the way. I just had to get that out there. But it's like we had to beat them on a penalty, bro. Like when you actually look at that, is that really good enough? Is that good enough?
No,
and I always say this from the Danish league is not even top 5 leagues, people. When we drew 1-1 to Rochdale, and he basically was like, "This." That's when I turned. That's why I'm like, he plays for his job, because he put Pogba on there, and it's like, bro,
Man was injured.
Do you need?
And again,
it's like,
let me just get to these comments here, because people are making some great comments. Because Emmanuel says, "What manager gets every target? Make the best out of what you have," and that's my biggest issue. If he made the best out of what he had, and we fell short, I'd put it fully on the title. I'm not even talking about winning things. I'm not saying United should win anything. Because do I believe the squad is good enough to win the top trophies in terms of the Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues? When you compare us to the rest, no. But we are good enough to compete, because that Liverpool side, that's not the great that Klopp utilized.
No, they have a good selection of 13 players. Other than that, nah.
Yeah, and this is my point: is if we had their midfield, our fan base would be like, we need to create. You know what I'm saying? We need something creative. They have Fabinho in there, who I think is world class. The rest of them, I wouldn't take. I'm not taking Henderson, Keita, Ox, Wijnaldum. But you know what Klopp did? Utilize what he had. I have a bunch of 6s. So let me get 2 creative fullbacks and then stack 6s in there. It's only this season gone that people have all of a sudden have realized that Trent can't defend. It's not like he's got older and he's lost a yard of pace. You know what I'm saying? Klopp put the system together. They have a non-goal scoring striker and won a Premier League and a Champions League in back-to-back seasons. But they competed. They had no business competing with that Manchester City side. No business. The season where they got 97 points, I think, and City got 99 or whatever it was. All I'm asking for is our manager to utilize what we have to utilize Donny. You know what I'm saying?
But you guys, you're saying Donny, and then Harris is saying about the Fred McTominay situation, which I completely understand. If I had to pick one, by the way, I'm definitely picking Fred. But If we sign a
I would
centre
get
back, if we sign a centre back, right? My question
Yeah.
is, do you think he continues to operate with that? Because I feel like he plays them due to the lack of protection. Because we've got to remember, this Fred McTominay weren't really a thing until we got done 6-1 by Spurs. And for me, I think it was a con because I know people might, well, we're United fans in the comments, so big up yourselves. But that game, we were 2-1 down until the red card, right? And I think that game changed everything for our season because that game was not a 6-1. Yes, we got duppy 6-1. I hear it. And people say, oh, like we were outplayed that day. But I feel like with no fans in the stadium, that 10 men really hurt us that day. And then that set the precedent because let's be honest, when we play Spurs, other than the game when they outclassed us, I think when Mourinho and Lucas Moura bagged a hat-trick at Old Trafford, we're always better than Spurs. Every time we played them, I think the first game out of lockdown, we played Spurs at their stadium and Fernandes bagged the penalty. Yeah. And we were on top of them all game. I was like, I was gutted that went away to them and drew. And then when we played them that game and they done us 6-1, that was then the moment the Fred McTominay thing happened. And it was all of a sudden, Ollie was like, do you know what? I need to protect this back four because then obviously we had Bailly come in and then he was doing very well, 3 out of 4 man of the matches when we played Burnley away and then we went top of the table. But I just feel like now, if we do get that Varane, he has no reason to continue with Freddie McTominay. And if he does, I'm all of a sudden going to be like, what the F is going on? Because for me, he's doing it as a protection thing rather than wanting to. Does that you kind of get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Even though I disagree with what you're saying, I understand your viewpoint in that in terms of if he does now sign a centre back, does he play the two? My issue with the protection thing of Freddie McTominay is, okay, you played it for protection, but it doesn't work. Please change it. How could you have two DMs? We're playing a back four with one very defensive fullback. And you got 2 in front, and we're still leaking goals. Bear in mind, this is 3 of your back 4. Like Wan-Bissaka you signed, Maguire you signed, Tellez you signed, Henderson is your pick. So 4 of the back 5 is now yours. And to me, the defensive part of our team is the worst part of our squad in terms of options. Yes, Freddie McTominay don't work, but again, you continue to do that. So I can only stick that on you. Like I said, we know the deficiencies, but Dap said it, and he's a City fan. City won the league title without a left back and with no striker. I've seen them win a league title with Otamendi and Stones. And again, I'm not talking about winning. I'm talking about just competing. That's it. We're at a level to compete. Someone mentioned it. Mourinho and Van Gaal. Go look at the Europa League team that Mourinho had in that final. And tell me that's a good team. Damian at left back.
I think Daily Blind even plays.
Blind and Smalling at centre backs. Mkhitaryan, Fellaini, Herrera. Like, that's not a Europa League side. And Ibrahimovic said it after we knocked out AC Milan. Is the United squad better now than the one I was in? Yes. The difference is, though, we won something. And I think he's 100% right. 100% right. That's go on, Harris.
You have to deep this, You have to deep this, bro. You know, in a player's standpoint, because as fans, we just think top 4 is good enough. We get to see Champions League. But bro, when players don't win trophies, people don't deep this. It is a big toll on these, man. Because brother, look at this, and look at this stat. As quality as a player Greenwood is, he's never won a trophy with Man United. And there's some like stat. He's the youngest. He's one of Man United's academy graduates that hasn't won a trophy for the youngest time since he's been promoted or some shit like that. And when you hear statistics like that, bro, that shit is sad, bro. Because players of that quality deserve to be winning trophies. We always talk about. You see with this Fred and McTominay thing, Pete, there's this myth that they're defensively okay. But defensively, they're crap. But offensively, when you look going forward, their ball progression is shit. The way they retain the ball in midfield is shit.
Awful.
It's awful. And it's like, bro, what are the 2 elements a midfielder should have? You know what I'm trying to say? At least be able to pass, progress the ball. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like defending. Like, these men are shy at defending as well. That Leicester game, Tielemans literally bypassed our midfield. Like that, it's a joke. The way he went past our midfield was a joke, bro. Like, it's literally, And it's like, bro, we left our midfield so open, and our midfield is the thing that gets ran through. And the thing is, is you can also argue, Bruno's lack of positional discipline does that as well, bro. Because it's like, he plays as the second striker at times. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like that for me is like when your job as a creator, as a midfielder, is to create goals. And you know what I'm trying to say? I feel like this brother's gone to a point where Bruno's got 2 ahead of himself. I feel like he values his goals now more, and he sees himself as him.
Bruno, Bruno, I cannot get twisted how good he's done since he's come into the club. I remember watching his debut at Wolves, and you can see the fans were excited and everything like that. And he does get a lot of goals and assists, like Harry said. But if you're getting to Bruno, how it looks for me is that there's a difference. You get players, and I'm going to link it back to the retaining possession because Harris is bang on right. The first point I want to get out is Man United do not retain the ball. I think the last time we retained the ball, Michael Carrick was in our midfield. And ever since then, we've been trying to replace him with someone like Morgan Schneidlin, who was a box-to-box man and tried to convert him to a DM. Then we've got Schweinsteiger, who was about 35 in terms of legs. So then he couldn't do that role. So for us now to have Freddie McTominay, when we have the ball, Manchester United are either just spring into counter-attacks quickly or we get turned over quickly. We never string 10 passes together and calm the game down. There's a perfect example of it. I think Chelsea played Crystal Palace last season. They brought on Jorginho when Lampard was boss. And literally, he just came in.
He changed the game, yes.
Like, woo, yeah, literally, like, chill out, people. You've got a few seconds now to find your positions because I will calm the game down. We don't have that. And then that goes on to Bruno,
I feel like
right?
Donny could do that.
I don't know, not in a deeper role for me. But this is where I link to Bruno because I don't think... As much as I love Bruno, I also don't think the midfield are complimenting him because he's actually the same as how Fred and McTominay they are. As soon as they get the ball, they're looking up and they want to give it straight away. So when you've got two holding midfielders like McTominay and Fred that give the ball so quickly, and then you've got Bruno who looks up and doesn't have great ball retention, then there's no one with ball retention. And Bruno's not a player that's going to control games. Bruno impacts games or does nothing. And I'm going to not get it twisted, right? He's either getting a goal and assist.
That's a correct analogy.
That's very
I like how you don't
score. Trust me, he doesn't control games. He impacts games. Europa League didn't do nothing, so he went in the game. But if he impacts the game with a goal and assist, you're like, oh, Bruno's done something. But he could get a goal and assist, right? And someone said it to me on a pod, and this is mad.
Yeah.
Ronaldo got 4 goals or something in the Euros, yeah? 3 of them were penalties. If he went on the pitch, who takes the penalties? Bruno. All of a sudden, Bruno's got 3 goals in the tournament, and people talking about Bruno, but he done nothing. And that's what. And that is it. When he said it to me, I was like, rotted.
That's very spot.
But other than that, Bruno would be looking at the stats now with 3 goals. So he just impacts games. He never controls them. And if he's not impacting them, he's not on the pitch. Simple as that with Bruno.
100%. I just wanted to get to this from Lindrix actually, because people bring this up and this is just like it's a false comparison. So he says we are way too impatient these days. Ferguson was 1 game away from being sacked after 2 seasons before he ended up finding his magic and dominating for 20 years. The difference between Fergie and Ollie is that before Manchester, for those that don't know, younger viewers who might not know, Fergie had done bits before Manchester United. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't come into Manchester United and then just turn into a brilliant manager. He was in Scotland in Aberdeen. Man won 2 European trophies out there and won the league title. And for those that don't know, winning a league title in Scotland is massive if you're not managing Rangers or Celtic. I don't know the last team outside of one of those two, even now, up to this day, who won it. And he won 2.
I think it was Hearts, and that must have been years ago.
You're talking Harris might have not even been born the last time somebody outside of Rangers and Celtic. I'm going to actually check it sometime. Last time Rangers or Celtic didn't win the Scottish League, and he won 2 European trophies. People, he had the European. Hear what I'm saying, people? He won a European trophy. Sure, my link's gone. I'm back.
Now you're back. You're here. You're good.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. 2 European trophies with a Scottish team. He has a CV. You know how incredible that is? Imagine Brendan Rodgers at Celtic had won a Europa League, how he would be hailed up. Or whether it's Steven Gerrard with Rangers. Look how he's being hailed up for what he's done there. Imagine he had a European Cup on his CV. This guy at Aberdeen, people, in the 80s I'm talking about. Go and check the numbers. So that's a false comparison. If Ollie had done something of note before... Yeah, go on.
Celtic and Rangers, bruv, the last time someone won, I looked it up. There's this. Oh my gosh, bro! It was 1984 to 85. Aberdeen.
Oh,
shit! Fergie was the last one to do it. Fergie was the last one to do it. And Fergie was the last one to do it, people. So his record still stands. Man's come dominate.
Yeah. That's a record. That's a record, boy.
84, 85. That was before I was born, people.
I wasn't even a sperm cell still.
And you know what though?
I was born in that.
They won it in 83, 84 as well. So it's like, I don't
know Fergie did bits. He did. This is my point, people. Fergie had a CV. That's why United went and got him, because he had a CV. Wherever your job is, I use this analogy all the time with this. When you apply for a job, 99.9% of the time, they ask for your CV because they're trying to see what you can do here. Yes, it can go wrong, but they need some form of idea. That's why CVs are a thing. So Fergie is completely different. And Ollie had my problem.
And he managed the Scotland team.
Yeah, he's done nothing before. and he's doing nothing now. We've seen him get relegated with Cardiff. He left
I've
Cardiff in the Championship.
I've got a mad question for you lot, yeah. Someone asked me this. I know that he's managed Man City, right? But he never really talked about Man United in a bad way. If Roberto Mancini left Italy, would you take him at the club?
I would take him right now, bro. Right now.
So Flawless wouldn't, and you would.
He wouldn't be my first choice, but like I've said with Oli, at this point, I'd take any manager because I think any half decent manager gets something out of this squad. Would he be my first choice? No. Zidane wasn't my first choice, but I'd take him. Say someone asked about Declan Rice. Okay. I'd take Zidane, yes. Because Oli, I think any manager of some sort even might come in and get a new manager bounce, and we might get a FA Cup. We might get a League Cup. We might win a Champions League. We've seen Thingy do it. We've seen Tuchel do it. Tuchel went in there after Lampard said this squad's not good enough to compete.
So we're looking at right now. Okay, we signed Sancho, so it's a bit annoying. But if I could give you the choice right now of change manager or have Oli, but you get your DM and your right wing, what would you rather see the club do? Would you rather give Oli the chance, or would you rather change the manager? Yeah, Harris, this one will be sticky.
I'm changing manager.
You're giving me a fun because it's like, you know what though? Yeah, I genuinely believe that if we change the manager, yeah, you know how you said without right winger, we signed Sancho now, innit? So like, without the DM, you're basically asking, innit? Yeah, so
it could be that now, but yeah, if it wasn't, I know you're stuck on the question. So to be honest, I know that it's a good one.
Have a think about it. It's a good question. Yeah. I'm saying manager. I'm saying manager, bro, because what I've deeped about manager is, and I'll say this now, with a new manager, bro, that guy would make so many of our ballers look better and get the best out of him. If this Man United squad can get second under flipping Oli, yeah, and he's not getting the best out of players, like in my opinion, yeah, I hear where this manager thing, but it's all a myth for me. You know what I'm trying to say? He literally plays for his job. Like Rashford is an example, Bruno is an example. They've been overplayed. Yeah, it's become a point where everything and literally 90% of shit goes to Bruno. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, you know, one thing I would say is that, you know, when so much of your creative outlet goes through one player, it does become risky, in my opinion, because it's like, look at City. Everything does go through De Bruyne, but when that period he was injured, they were still working like a unit, and some people even argued they were looking.
Some people said they're better without him.
Yeah, that's what some people said. And the reason for that is because if you're truly relying on one player and that one player doesn't turn up, bro, your team is screwed. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. And it's like, I remember watching some Man United games where Bruno didn't play, and it's like we're just disjointed, bro. You know, that's one thing I'll say about Bruno. I don't know what it is with this brother, but when he don't play, we low-key look a bit disjointed. You know what I'm trying to say? And I feel like what Bruno does is he covers up all the holes of the manager and the club, bro. That's what he does. But with a better manager, we play better football. Tyrone, bro, I've been on watch-alongs here, and us man are falling asleep, bro. It's like us man have to be lit.
Real talk. I get bare frustrated, bare sideways things.
Yeah, it's not like we think of the topics beforehand. People in the comments be like, "All right, you got your topics together for this watch along because we know what to expect tonight." Hopefully, they're better now with Sancho adding in. That adds something different. Love to my queen Mimi as well, trolling me. She says, "Is your man's Ollie bringing the league title home flawless?" You're on a joke thing, good night if you think he's bringing home the league title and that. Shout out the ice cream van in the background as well. Where else we at? Large up everyone in the comments, yo. You lot, make sure you get the likes up. Let's get the likes up and that. There's over 40 of you lot across all platforms, just under 50. Get the likes up on the video. Subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. Make sure you subscribe to Never a Foul. Also, big up the Twitch gang as well, which is the same Sarcasm City TV. I'm just going to see what other questions are in there as well. Big up Naron and A says, shout out my brother Tyrone doing what he does best. Big up Sarcasm City. You already know. That's, like I said, is in there. It says, people, make sure you're smashing the like button if you haven't already. And someone mentioned it.
Energy, man. That supports everyone. I love that.
Yeah, man. Large up that's like we should have with this squad. To me, all I'm asking for, I'm not even asking for the major trophies. I'm saying a Europa League, a FA Cup, a Carabao Cup.
Man just wants the League One promotion.
No, just give me a cup.
So down bad right now.
Just give me a cup. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Just give me a cup. Like literally, that's all it is. And we've been in 4 semi-finals and the final. Like a lot of averages said, I get 2 at least. You know what I'm saying? And okay, we lost to City, but losing to Villarreal, Leicester. It's like these teams are beatable in that, but it is what it is. Dan here says that's why we're annoyed. This is actually a good team. Pogba, Bruno, Rashford, Martial, Cavani, now Sancho and Donny can't even get in. Our squad is more than good enough to compete. Again, that's all I'm asking for in that, is to compete. I'm not even saying win. If we lose out because City are better than us, which I think they are, same with a Chelsea, Same with the Liverpool. I hold my hands up and go, you know what? They got better managers than us. Cool, but we gave it our all. Because if they have bad seasons, like we've seen Chelsea have a bad season in regards to the Lampard tax, we've seen Liverpool fall off a cliff this season and we finished above them. So these things will happen. So I'm concerned for this season coming up because finishing above Pep, Tuchel and Klopp is going to be extremely tough. And I don't see that happening, which makes me think for us to finish above one of them, they have to have a bad season, which could happen. It definitely could happen. You never know how injuries happen, fallouts happen, etc., etc. So yeah, you are very unsure. But what's your thoughts on that, Tyrone? Like, how do you see us stacking up against everybody?
You summed up perfectly. You know, when people say about the title race, I don't put us in it. I really don't, because it just goes back to exactly what I said before. You look at the team, and straight away, it's just when we've got 9 starting 11 players, how can we be winning a title when you look at Man City that can field nearly 1.5 11s? That's how I look at it. You look at Chelsea as well, and don't get it twisted. Lampard, probably the time come too soon for him, and Tuchel, you see what a new manager, which is probably what you echo with Ollie. You think of a new manager coming, can give that Tuchel bounce, a bit of coaching, a bit of nous. He's got the best out of the squad. And if I look at squads right now, Chelsea have definitely got the second best squad, if not one of the best squads in the league. Man City already have, when they top up maybe a couple transfers. And then Liverpool, you've got to think now, when Van Dijk comes back, I know people say, injuries like the Vidic one, similar when he came back, when he had his ACL injury as well, weren't maybe the same player. I feel like Van Dijk's been measuring his approach. The guy didn't play in the Euros just to make sure he's back fully fit for Liverpool and to come back for the World Cup. And when you've just signed Konate, right, who I think personally is the better centre-back than Upamecano. I agree. And now you look at this. This is how I see Liverpool lining up, right? And this is just echoing on Liverpool. They're going to have Trent, Robertson on the wing-backs. And then they're going to have Konate, Gomez and Van Dijk. I think they're going to go to a back three.
Oh, you reckon they're going to back three?
That centre-back partnership is not sensational. You've got Van Dijk, who's dominant in the air and quick. You've got Konate, who's just long, a bit like Eric Bailly, who's just going to be tenacious. You know you're not going to get past in 1v1 duels. And then you've got Gomez, who's quick, the Kyle Walker kind of, not as quick, but that sort of build where he's mobile, he's nimble. You've got the perfect combination. Then you're allowing Trent and Robertson to do what they do best. That's not tracking back. That's blowing forward like the Kimi will. So they're going to go to a back five, and then I think they're going to have Fabinho and Thiago sitting there, and you're going to say Jota, Mane, Salah, go and score 20 goals each season. That's going to be a problem. And I'm telling you now, I'm worried about that. Liverpool, trust me, Flores. So if you see Liverpool go to a back three, just remember.
I thought you say I said it. Hey, if Klopp should be listening to that, they should go to a back three.
Because you're literally, what you're going to do now is you're going to now have a team of 11 that you're playing to their strengths. And that's what we need to do now. We need to get a team that we're going to then say, right, go out and express yourself and play to your strengths. Right now, like I said, the Fred McTominay thing is killing us, because then we have no retention, and then we've got people just feeding off scraps, and we're looking for individual brilliance. So right now, Chelsea have a better squad, City have a better squad, Liverpool have a better 11. So that leaves us fighting for fourth with Tottenham, Arsenal and that, which, yes, we are better than, but how I look at it, you're not Arsenal, Tottenham, but Tottenham, you say Tottenham,
Tottenham, Leicester, Arsenal. But you've got that they in the fight for the top 7.
You've got the top 3 there, and you've got us in this little bracket here, and then you've got the other teams filtering below. So it's like we're in that catch-22. So
we're in a rat race, bro. Because what I'll say is we literally, what I deeped is people Leicester, bro. You know what I'm trying to? This is the thing. If Leicester signing bangs, it depends on if they bang, bro. If their signings go and bang, and the manager that they've just won a trophy, bro, these man could be a problem for us, bro. I can't lie.
Patson Daka, Samari, and there's more to come.
I think they got Southampton's left back as well for the depth, because
Ryan Bertrand, and that's good depth. That's depth right there.
Yeah, they're adding to what they need to, because they faltered to get over the line twice now, chasing Champions League. So if you add more quality to that squad, of course they can, depending on who they keep. If they do keep Ndidi, if they keep Tielemans, if Vardy is fitter this season as well, and you never know who else they could add.
Do you think Leicester finish above Tottenham?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think they do, you know.
I think they do. I had Charles Slavs, we was on Shameless, and he was talking about Spurs finishing top 4, and I was like, based off of what? Like, I was baffled. I was baffled by that.
Yeah, you could put that in your manager.
I was like, what? I was like, based off of what? You've got Nuno coming in, who is like very similar to Jose Mourinho. So it's like you're bringing him in. You need a whole new back line. So whether it's a back 3, whether it's a back 5 with wing backs, whether it's a back 4, whatever you need. So like, I don't get it. You might lose Kane. You might lose Son. It's kind of like, I don't. And you know Kane's going to get his customary injury as well. So you never know. Like, you never know what is going to happen. But in regards to it, yes, I think we're in a race for top 4. That being said, people, context matters. If we then finish second again this season, but Liverpool and City have terrible seasons, that's us taking advantage, but that's not solely on us. The reason why we finished second this season is because minus Manchester City, everyone was shit. Everybody was bad.
Flawless. I know your stream's obviously about CAMAVINGA and Varane. We get both of them. Are we in the title race then?
No, should I tell you?
No, I don't think we will. I don't. Yeah, go on, Harris. You land.
Flawless. No.
Harris, you land in it. No. You land because I know you want to get to it. For you to want to jump in, I know you want to get to it with the smile on your face. So you get to it, innit? You can see that, people. This is why you need to check out Never a Foul podcast, because you see Tyrone, even though he's a special guest, see how he's hosting this. See how he's doing this. Very talented at what he does. Yeah. Go on, Harris. Go on.
Listen, bro. What I'll say is CAMAVINGA, Varane. The reason why we're not in the title races, bro. Varane, I hear what you're saying in it, but CAMAVINGA won't get played, bro. It'll be like an Ahmad signing, you know. He'll probably get more minutes than Ahmad, I'm assuming, yeah. But bro, because he's played more first team football and that. But I can see Ollie being too shook to play him, bro. This is my problem at the end of the day. Ollie probably sees him as some long future project, yeah. But when he first comes, I guarantee you, yeah, they'll start playing him in the under-23s at the start. You won't play for first team football, I reckon, yeah. And then I reckon they'll give him debuts in the Carabao Cup. You won't see him get a debut till right at the end of the season, probably. And that's the thing with CAMAVINGA. Ollie will be like, he's not ready, mate. He's not ready. So, yeah, we can't play him. And all the fans...
You need to get in the gym and all them.
He'll come up with that bullshit. But come on, you know what? If someone's good enough, they're good enough at the end of the day. That's what I believe, bro. Like, when Ahmad 100%. Came on, I always say this, without Ahmad, we ain't in that Europa League final, bro. Because what he done, yeah, against AC Milan, he broke the deadlock, bro. But with that smart, intelligent run, yeah. And this was his debut, bro. This was his debut. Like, bro, what a debut. You know what I'm trying to say? And it was like, bro, it got fucked up at the end, yeah. So that's why people... But, bro... This is what I'm saying. So CAMAVINGA, if we sign him, you ain't seeing him for a long time, mate. We literally, he might as well go back to Rennes on loan for another season, yeah. Because
it's mad. Do you know what the mad thing about CAMAVINGA is? I see a comment here from Pyramid Scheme, yeah, 557, and he says CAMAVINGA isn't even a DM. I don't know if you know Pyramid, but the guy's made the most tackles for the under-20s in Europe. He's made 98. Bellingham's second in the 60s. Like the guy. Wow. I don't get this thing about DM, right? This is what annoys me, and I'm not trying to come for Pyramid at all. Big up yourself watching, like, subscribe, and all that.
Pyramid.
The context of DM, and this is where when you break down football, what type of DM do you want? Because if you're talking about a guy that's under 20, I looked at him, he made 35 appearances last year, 25 appearances the year before, 98 in tackles. Bellingham second on 49. Now listen, if you've got someone like him who can make tackles and also play line breaking passes, what do United miss? Everyone moans that Freddie McTominay are too safe. We're boring to watch. Then you get a player like CAMAVINGA who can break up the play. He's mobile and can punch the ball a bit like Maguire does from a centre-back. What more do you want? Because United don't have that. We've been looking for that since Carrick. So it's not about him playing as a lone DM. I actually think, right, and you might call me mad, I think Fred and a CAMAVINGA pivot would be brilliant. And I don't care what people say.
Similar to it could be like a Jorginho Kante pivot.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like to me.
Kante does sort of what the Fred does. Fred is great. Look at Copa America. Fred starts every game for Brazil. I've been doing watch alongs. He's been playing well. He starts next to Casemiro. I understand Casemiro does all the sort of the breaking up job and all that. But if you say to Fred, right, get about the pitch, be mobile, be tenacious, press. I think he's sixth highest in the league for pressing. You know he gets around the pitch, but what he does is that he leaves a lot of space when he does press. However, if you've got someone next to him, he's got the intelligence, also the calmness to keep us on the ball, like CAMAVINGA. I think they complement each other very well. For me, I love that pivot. Because
I don't know a lot about CAMAVINGA, but from what I've heard yourself, others have spoke about him as well. Agility, I like that. Because you mentioned there
on the half turn.
Yeah, because you mentioned about the DM and being mobile, and that's one of the key things I like in DMs. But again, that's a preference thing. That doesn't mean I don't like Jorginho, but it's what you like.
DM do people want? Do they want a Declan Rice that's going to come in, right, and simple 6-yard passes that come in and just disrupt play like Nemanja Matic and just do the simple thing? Or do you want someone like Michael Carrick who don't get it twisted? Michael Carrick went there side tackling around the pitch. Michael Carrick got the ball from the centre back and was controlling the game. When did Man United play their best football? When Carrick was a DM. So what DM do man want?
To me, my personal preference, I've said this for the longest, I want to destroy a DM. That's why I want a DM. But that's my personal preference, because I just want a player who's going to win the ball back and pass it to the creative players. Simple as that. Flawless. Like I said, there was a game this past season and Ndidi made 19 ball recoveries. I'm like, that's what I want. I want someone who's winning the ball back at that rate. You know what I'm saying? And then pass it to Bruno and Pogba. or Donny or CAMAVINGA or whoever, or the fullbacks or whoever, win the ball back and pass it 5-10 yards in it. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's a preference.
Do you think indeed he's got the passing range then to do that? Because I know you say give it 5 or 10 yards, but then do you want Bruno and Pogba collecting the ball from deep, or do you want man like Carrick who can punch it 20 yards up the pitch and get them attacking?
Because what Carrick lacks on a defensive standpoint, and Carrick was quality, is again a preference. Because I think what we're lacking is that mobile guy to get around. That's what interceptions is all well and good. I want someone covering ground and winning the ball back at that rate and playing it 5 to 10. Because a 10-yard pass, even though it's not a progressive pass, could set you up in that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine because Fernandinho, for example, is that Fernandinho does it. He does have a decent. He's mobile destroyer, and yes, his passing range is good, but it's not spectacular. I've never seen Fernandinho get it and clip it 60 yards because I don't need that from my DM. He'll get it and pass it to De Bruyne. He'll get it and pass it to Bernardo Silva, David Silva when he was there, whoever's in the midfield. So I'm calm with that. Get it and play it 10 yards. I'm going destroyer, but again, I'm not against a Rice-esque or a CAMAVINGA. Get somebody is my problem. I try and address the problem.
Rice is the destroyer. I look at Rice as the Rice and Ndidi are in the same bracket.
Okay, fair enough. Go on, Harry. Say what he was going to say.
What I wanted to say, bro, at this point, man don't care. Man really don't care what type of deal.
And I'm with this Mimi. Yeah, what fit finish
coming like Jamie, man don't care about all that.
Bro, literally, after this season, this is, I'm so desperate. It's like, fam, I do not want to see this for a second season, bro. It's like, the reason is I want an experienced DM, bro. Like, I want someone, who's at least 24, 23 minimum, but they know what they're doing, bro. Like, you see these 18, 19-year-old bringing these youths in, it's calm and that, but because of their lack of experience, you know what I'm trying to say, in the game, bro, it could be like, it might not be the best thing, you know what I'm trying to say, bringing them in and just throwing into the deep, like, bro, you know, sometimes you can throw them in the deep end, but throw them in the deep end, like, correctly, bro. That's what I'll say, innit, and with this DM thing, bro, we've been starving. Us man have been starving for time, bro. Like, the chat know it. The whole world knows it. It's just Ollie don't know it, bro. Like, that's all I want, bro. And flipping CAMAVINGA, bro. Oh, yeah, Tyrone, one thing I was going to say with CAMAVINGA, you know what it is with CAMAVINGA? He's so good defensively, but people see his offensively, he's very good as well. And it's like, the people don't know what CAMAVINGA is yet. You know what I'm trying to say? Because he's so good, he could play as an 8 or a 6, in my opinion.
Agreed.
And that's the thing. And some people might feel like if you play him as a 6, you're gonna waste his talent as an 8, bro. That's the thing. Because I look at him and I'm like, bro, you just play both for us, bro. Play both, bro. Because it's like we don't have any at the moment, bro. We don't have any 6s, bro. Tell me this, Flawless, bro. How? Fam, the DM is a
get off your chest, fam.
Yeah, innit?
I look at Lewis, that's what we hear
trolling in the comments.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Lewis always trolling. Large up Lewis, big up Usman as well in the chat, innit? Big up to everybody supporting. Make sure you subscribe to Usman Talks United, another guy. He was actually, if I remember correctly, he was the first ever special guest on ManDem United. So shout out Usman Talks United. Every time. Lewis here. Personally, I think the Glazers are doing a great job, and that tells you all you need to know about the Glazers and that. But in regards to the question of what you said, the original question that you asked Tyrone about, do I believe Ollie can compete, win a league title if we sign CAMAVINGA and Varane? No, because we're competing against Pep City, Tuchel's Chelsea, Klopp's Liverpool. This season gone, all we had to do was compete with Liverpool, with Pep City. That was literally it, and we couldn't do that. I think they're now going to be better. I think Chelsea are going to be better under Tuchel. I think with what you said there with Klopp, I'm kind of mad you put that idea out there, because if he's listening, that's a fantastic idea.
I saw the comments literally like,
you know what I'm saying? It's a fantastic idea.
That
so
scares
even if he does do that, that scares me, that because that puts Liverpool, to me, that changes them. I had it as Chelsea City as the favourites currently in that. If they do that, they go right in there.
I actually think, I look at that team and I'll think, how the hell do you score against them? Like,
yes, with the back three, the wing backs, and Fabinho in front, and then you've got Thiago doing what Thiago needs to do.
Probably top 3 in the world.
And the keeper as well. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, and that, like, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, is Usman on mod? Yeah, I'm gonna mod him. I thought he was. I'm gonna mod Usman. Don't worry about that, people. I will. But yeah, that's why I don't see us competing if he does sign. I'm thinking of the next manager. Every signing we get, and I'm just thinking of the next guy to utilize the squad. Because one thing I give Ollie full credit for is I like this team a lot more. What he will leave is much better than what the next manager. What he will leave is much better than what he inherited.
Fully agree.
I look at it and I'm like, whether you can talk about Wan-Bissaka. Yes, he has deficiencies, but there's something to work with. You know what I'm saying? And that there's something to work. We've seen him have good performances. You've got Donny in there. Let's say it's CAMAVINGA and Varane. Pogba's still there. You've got the likes of Diallo. You know what I'm saying? And players like that. Cavani's there. Martial's there. So it's like, there's options, Bruno.
What do you think with this thing as well, though? Because obviously with Sancho, right? Like I'm buzzing with the Sancho deal. Don't get it twisted, right? And one thing I always say on my pods, I'm going to say it on here as well. Don't be getting excited, Man United fans, thinking that Sancho is going to come in and start twisting up 3 or 4 man and dribbling past them. What Sancho is going to bring to Manchester United is combination play, playmaking, wing play. That's what he's going to do. He's going to come inside, feed into them pockets. And I think people like Martial, Bruno, Donny, Pogba are really going to benefit from this, because what the guy has at 21 years of age is an IQ of a 28-year-old, which is brilliant. I like it. He can play on 1-2 touch. He's a bit like Saka. They never seem to make the wrong decision. You know them ones. He's not going to get the ball, and like as much as Rashford has done well coming up through the academy, he makes you in games because he gives the ball away or makes the wrong move. Yeah. Sancho won't do that. And I think what we're going to see from him is, how I look at it is, forget this season. The year before, everyone knows I'm a big Martial fan with the pillow, of course. Martial got 23 goals. Rashford got 22 goals, yeah? You're going to add Green in into that 19 goals. We've got 57 goals between them 3 alone, right? You throw Cavani, who's going to stay for another season, add another 15 on top of that. And then you've got Sancho, who's going to get goals and assists on top of that, maybe for another 15, 20. We've got a very dynamic attack, and I've not named Bruno and Pogba yet. So let's think about this for a minute. There is goals in this team. We can sort out the centre-backs and the central midfield position. Why can we not score 100 goals between them and launch an attack if we get the right players? I'm just saying it from the numbers of 2 years ago, and I'm not saying that we were going to win a title. Of course not. I'm just talking about goals scored. We could still leak goals. But for me, that's an exciting attack. And Sancho, what he does for us is now brings balance. I break it down. Rashford, he can play on the left wing. Martial can play on the left wing. That's 2 positions. You got Cavani can play up front. Martial can play up front. Greenwood, half and half. That's 2.5. You got on the right-hand side, you've got Sancho that can play on the right. Greenwood's playing on the right predominantly last season. That's 2 positions. And then you throw Diallo in the mix. He can play left and right. Who's the player that's going to probably miss out? It will probably be Daniel James for Carabao Cup games. But now what we're doing is building an attack that's got 2 players that can play in each position.
And that's what you want. Yeah.
And that's what we want. And the one player I'm going to call out that I think is going to be in big trouble is Marcus Rashford. And the reason I say that is because what did I just list? Players that can play in multiple positions. Who did I not list? Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford could not play up front because his hold-up play is poor, as we saw when Arsenal beat us 1-0. When Arsenal beat us 1-0 at Old Trafford, Gabriel had him on toast, could not hold the ball up. Rashford could not play on the right. He can only play on the left. So if Rashford's out of form, he's got people that are going to be eating for his feet on that position. So, you know, the competition for places now is exciting going forward. And I think...
But Tyrone, what I said was, and I said this to Flawless with the Rashford thing, our managers, bro, Rashford's a guaranteed left wing spot. You know what I'm trying to... He loves him too much.
This sentiment thing is vexing me. I'm telling you, I'm from St. Kitts and Nevis, a tiny island. Guess where Rashford's from? St. Kitts and Nevis.
Big up the petitions and that.
Yeah, man, I should be hailing for him, right? But the fact that he always gets in because of the sentiment thing. And like, no, it's not an agenda that I love Rashford. I want him to do well. Rashford scores 30 goals a season. I would, but he's a weird, frustrating character, and that's why he's not featured for England as well on top of the injuries. And the thing is, I'm just saying that not that he's a bad player. I'm just saying he should be more worried because he's got less functionality about him because he can only play on the left. And I'm sure you man will agree, or am I wrong?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. And that what makes me think he could do better, because the thing is, Rashford from the right, what I like about that is it forces him to think more, because when he's on the left, the thought is cutting and shooting. I'm a fan of Rashford. It can be frustrating, yes, but all attacking. Can we get more out of him? Yes, but when he's on the left-hand side, his main aim is cutting, shoot on the right, shoot on his right foot. Whereas when he's on the right wing, it makes him have to cross, link up more. There was 2 crosses specifically where he played into Cavani, where if he's on the left-hand side, he's probably not crossing them in, but because he's on the right, he is. And again, competition for places. Rashford might step up his game. We might see it have a Luke Shaw Tellers effect. See how Tellers had that effect on Luke Shaw? We could see, because he's got Martial, Pogba, Sancho, Diallo, who can all play from that left-hand side. So now you
this is the dynamic Sancho now gives us. He can play left and right.
And we've seen Pogba play ahead. We've seen Rashford get moved over to the right, and Pogba play well from the left.
I forgot about that. Pogba can play on the left as well.
Pogba can play on the left. So it's kind of like now there's issues. So it's going to force him to step up his game, which then causes Pogba to step up his game. Diallo's the same. Greenwood's the same. Sancho himself, he knows he's got, you're going to get a start and everything, but you have to be because you know there's players fighting for your shirt. And that's what you want. Same with the strikers through the middle. You got Martial, you have with Cavani and that. So nobody's guaranteed. And it should be like that. And we're talking central midfield. Say CAMAVINGA comes in, you're talking CAMAVINGA, talking Bruno, you're talking Donny, you're talking Pogba, you're talking Fred, you're talking McTominay. Competitions for places and saying if we do sign a Varane or a centre-back, now it's on you, Lindelof. Over to you, Bailly, Maguire, etc., etc. Shaw still got to keep this up, because if Shaw doesn't keep this form up, Tellez is there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, again, this is why I like the squad.
You like the build for the next manager. Yeah, I hear it.
I like the build, and that's what makes me go, all right, we could play better football, we could play more effective football, and we can compete. All I'm asking for is that we've not competed for a league title since we last won it. Compete. I'm not even talking about winning. That's how much the standards have dropped. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah,
it's three better teams with us, with better managers. Just compete.
Come March time, I want to be in the conversations.
I want to be in the conversation. Bear in mind, we was top of the league, people. Let's not forget that. So for people like the league, the what's it called? We're not good enough. How were we top of the league? I think it was February, or March, whenever it was. So we are there. You know what I mean? We still managed to finish second. And
what do you man think about it though? With what I just said there, obviously with Sancho coming in playing left and right, and he's going to be more of a combination player, which is different to sort of Rashford and that on the wings. Harris, what do you think on this?
Bro, I think it's flipping amazing, man. Because it's a breath of fresh air, and Sancho, like bro, like
G man. That's why he's here, man. He's a G.
Literally, you see, with flipping Rashford, one thing with Rashford, I'd say is when Rashford is on it, he's on it, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? I wouldn't have there's very few. I wouldn't even have Sancho when Rashford's on it. Yeah, I haven't seen Rashford play good since remember that phase where we were beating Man City, Tottenham, bro? That guy was on smoke then. Rashford was actually on smoke. Like, he was on some killer shit, yeah? He ain't been on that vibe ever since lockdown, when he came back from lockdown, the guy's been dropping stinkers. Like, let's be real, innit? Let's be real. When you actually look on the flipping eye test, is Rashford getting you off your seat like that? Yeah, when he scores a goal and that, but that's every player when they score a goal. You're bound to get gassed. But his performances aren't doing it for me, bro. Rashford, I've said this to Flawless before, because he's the franchise player of Man United. He literally is. He's immune to criticism. Literally, all the franchise players are immune to criticism.
I'm glad someone thinks like me, man, on this Rashford thing.
For example, I'll give you an example. When I'm in franchise, LeBron for the Lakers. If LeBron plays shit, people will make excuses for him. You know what I'm trying to say? Players, them type of players are completely immune from criticism because their brand is bigger than their performances. Put it that way, innit? Yeah. And I look at a player like Rashford, and it's like, bro, Sancho's gonna replace you if you carry on playing like that. If a new manager comes in, he'll know what going in it. Yeah. Either a new manager will improve Rashford, because Rashford's not improved. Like, people will say this is his best goal scoring GA season, and I hear that. But what did we win? What did this? I always say GA needs to mean something, bro. You could score 100 goals if you don't win a trophy.
What did I say about Bruno? You could do that in impact games, but are your 90-minute performances doing the business?
Best thing? And the thing is that people act like you can't have both. Like, you can impact games and score goals, or you can impact games and not score goals in that. That's why this whole GNA thing where people be talking about, such and such a player didn't score many goals in that. Right. I have no idea.
You can't.
Connection went again. I'm back. Right. Yeah. My connection went again. I'm back. Yeah. I have no idea how many goals. Yeah, man. I have no idea how many goals Zidane scored, career goals. I just know he was a baller. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to know. I don't know how many goals Paul scored. I just know he was a baller in that. I don't need to know that. I don't need to put up the numbers because the eye test tell you that. What he won't tell you. Watch him. I don't know how many. Ronaldinho's my goal. No idea how many goals he scored. I just know he's one of the best. You know what I'm saying? In that, like, yes, GNA is a factor in that in terms of attacking player, but it's not the only factor. You can have great GNA goals and assists, fantastic, and not be great for your team. You know what I'm saying? In that, Van Nistelrooy was like that. One of the best strikers I've ever, probably the best finisher, alongside Van Persie I've personally ever seen in terms of a striker at Manchester United. What did we win with him? I think it was one league title.
You know what? That comment is bang on, bro. David Silva there, a perfect example of someone that's consistently every game going to drop you a 7 or 8 out of 10. But he doesn't have to score assists. You just want I'd rather someone give me regular performances.
Best number 10. Best number 10 in the Premier League in the last 10 years, and
bro,
easy, comfortable. I've said this. Best number 10 in.
And that's why I say, bro, when I look at Bruno and him, that's what I'm saying. He controlled games, Bruno doesn't, and that's the big difference. Perfect way there.
But shout out to the, because I said this to Flawless and Yan and Ryan one time. I was
so I just want to get to this meme here saying, sign up Flawless, your home kit be looking like it's been designed by a Blue Peter competition.
Literally, it's dead.
It's peak still. And she just here to troll, innit? Love to my queen Mimi though. Go on, Harry. Say what you're gonna say.
I was like to these man, yeah, because I was like,
Larger free midfield.
What I was like to Yan, because obviously Yan's a City fan. What's David Silva's worst ever game? You know what I'm trying to say?
Man could not tell you.
You know how hard that? Imagine struggling to do that, bro. Like, I can name bare for Bruno, but struggling to find how hard a player's game is. And you know what I said about David Silva? I said the reason why he's not appreciated as much is he was playing to such an elite level every single game that it just became normal when you see him. And you only appreciate that type of shit when it's gone. Now that I look back, I'm like, fuck my life. This was a player.
But do you know what it is? Because players like him and sort of towards, I say, the middle to end of his career, Luka Modric, what they do is they get the assist before the assist. But no one talks
the assist.
But they
they're the build-up, man. They're the key. Without them there, them goals don't happen. But you don't hear about it because they
similar
care about
to the England one. If you look at the England goal yesterday, say Sterling scores that, even though Saka would have got the assist, that's from Kane. The passes
passes from Kane originally. The
passes from Kane that has set that up. Yes, Saka.
Even though Flawless, don't back up Kane's performance. He was dead.
Oh yeah. I'm not backing up his performance. I'm just saying that one thing because I've been speaking on that.
I hear you.
That whole Sterling, criticism
it's the
is wild to
intelligence
me.
of him playing that to get them into the pockets.
100%. A big up free in midfield as well. And Usman says here, Bruno not there to control games. That's not his game. Yeah, he's not there to control games, Usman. But one thing I think he can do is impact games more than that. Yeah, as a 10, you can impact games more. That's all I'm saying. We've seen 10s do. Like David Silva wasn't playing from deep and controlling games. What he was doing was impacting games in the final third and that. All I'm asking, because I actually rate Bruno. I think there's more we can get from him though. Do I believe a section of our fan base overrate him? Yes. I also believe he's underrated by a section of our fan base too, because he continues to get in positions to do certain things. And again, he's not being given the best possible platform to succeed. But he can impact games better. Because if you're getting this much GNA, it's kind of like, all right, there's something there. You don't get that much GNA on accident. Like people say, oh, we scored 9 goals. I think it was 9 goals from open play he scored. So it's like, right, if you're getting 9 goals from open play, all right, let's say in a better system, you get 5 or 6. You're talking 15, 16 goals from open play. And that's aside from penalties and free kicks. So I'm like, there's something there to work with. And you mentioned it before, Tyrone, about the amount of goals we get. So if Bruno can add that as well. And maybe he sacrifices his individual stats for the team to be better. Van Nistelrooy was like that. We sacrificed his individual numbers, which is crazy. I think he still, as a United striker, has the best goals to games ratio under Fergie, like quality. But again, when he left, we won 3 league titles. We won the Champions League in that period. Like, we three-peated Champions League as well, and FA Cups and things, and one of the best teams of modern times. So it's like, that's how you have to look at it, 100%. Yeah, that's what I would say to that. Let me get to, and even Dap says it here. David Silva doesn't only control games, he controls the pace. He speeds it up or slows it down whenever they want. Always offering the output to release pressure and make space, then we'll give it back.
That's why I said he's better than De Bruyne. You know what I'm trying to say? He's a better.
He's better. To me, he's better than De Bruyne.
He is.
David Silva, the plaudits that De Bruyne gets, David Silva should be getting because he was incredible. But because he wasn't as flashy on the eye in terms of the crosses and stuff like that, that's what it is, quality.
No, but the way he progressed with the ball was wavy, though. I used to love watching him do that.
A glider, man.
Bro.
Him and Modric were wavy, bro.
100%.
What do you think, though? So, because when you break it down, obviously we've got Sancho done in the bag, then you get these Camavinga links, and then you hear like Real Madrid might be coming and sniffing. Then Varane, and I see today that we might be backing for Koundé. Like, how many times have we seen over the summers Man United link with players? Do you think this is just another link thing, or do you actually see this happening? Like, what do you think, Flawless?
The reason why I can see it happening, because one, the links are strong. So it's not like it was just a one-off from an in-the-know account. Like, we've been linked strongly with him. We've moved properly with Sancho in regards to the deal being done at the pace it's been done. Even though it took long, I didn't expect it to get done before the Euros finals. No chance. Same. We also got it as a good price as well. We're looking for players who not only fit the bill in terms of quality, they fit the bill in terms of positions we need. Like, we know we need a centre back. So the fact we're in the conversation, talk about competing for titles and being in the conversation. We're in the conversation for Varane. We're in the conversation for a Camavinga. Yes, the DM we haven't been linked with that much, but people are saying maybe Camavinga can play that role. So how I'm looking at it is, yes, it is definitely good to see us being linked with these players. Will we get them? I don't know, because I don't trust our board. So I'm still holding I'm still holding my beer on that one, but we'll soon find out. What do you reckon to it though?
Do you know what? I think there's legs in the Varane one. I really do.
Right.
I think when I look at it, right, and it's so funny watching this tournament. A lot of people were obviously talking up Italy just before the tournament, but 6 months ago, no one was speaking about Italy. They're unbeaten in 32 games, but who's their centre back still? We're talking about 36-year-old Bonucci and Chiellini.
Yeah,
it's mental. Do you get what I'm saying? And and people say the age thing. People say like Varane's 28 now. That's not old. And the difference for me is that if you've got Italy just reached the final, right, with Bonucci and Chiellini centre back, yes, they've got a great midfield. It shows Stones and Maguire. England have reached the final. If you have a solid base, that what centre backs and goalkeepers bring is that they see the pitch, they see an overview, and if you have a settled partnership that get games and play regular together, you can get success out of it. Stones and Maguire, right, are not the most flashiest or the most best centre backs. You wouldn't put them in your top 5 centre backs in the world, but together as a pair, five clean sheets or 6 out of 7 clean sheets in the Euros, they've done their job, and that's what they're there to do. For me, exactly. So if you get Varane and Maguire together, Maguire has not had stability really since he's been at their club, but since he's come into that England side with John Stones, where he's had stability, Maguire's been class. And I think now if we go out and get Varane, he's 28, he's a leader, he's experienced, he's won things with Real Madrid. Yes, he's had a bit of a poor 18 months, but let's be honest, we're all human here. I have a normal job. If I've been there 6 or 7 years, I might get complacent at times. I might want to just a little revamp. I might want a little change. And that's the same with Varane. He might want a fresh challenge. We've got the French connection there with Martial, Pogba as well. I feel like Varane's the one we need to go and get. I wouldn't be going for Koundé just because I feel that we've got enough youth players now that we need the experience to counteract it. And like I said, Bonucci and Chiellini have just got to a final. We get Varane and Maguire, a solid partnership, 37 games or 36 games they can play together. I think that gives us much more stability, and they see the overview of the pitch. I'm all for Varane, man. At 60 million, we pay because we get 4 years out of him. He's not, and the thing
even
about
more
him,
than 4 years.
He's not a clumpy centre back that you think in 2 years, he's going to be done. He's quite a mobile. The way his build is, like you get like the Bruno and Murray's build. They're very quite slim. And that shows that he's got endurance in him. So for me, we go out and get Varane, man. We don't need a youth centre-back. I think we need someone with experience and someone that's going to give Maguire that part, just like Stones have. Because like I said, I was just saying, Harish, you could put Stones and Maguire in that centre.
I think Tyrone's broke up. Yeah, he's frozen in it. Wild him back. Yo, Tyrone, you there?
Man stuck on one position for me.
Yeah, it's kind of, we'll bring him back on. But now I fully get what Tyrone was saying there in regards to the centre-back pairing and doing what needs to be done. There we go. Yeah, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah,
sorry.
He's back. But yeah,
so I was just saying to Harish about, I was just saying to Flawless Harish about, you look at England, for example, Stones and Maguire. If you're having a conversation about top 5 centre-backs, right, you're not really going to put them in that conversation. However, partnerships work and they've got that consistency. You get Varane in and gives Maguire that consistency. I think that's a much better fit than Koundé coming in and going again for youth when I feel like we've got enough youth in this side.
It's long as well, man. Going, with youth, this is the thing, bro. When you have youth, you can't just bang youth in. Like people think,
exactly.
Man, you have to put experience around them because you know what it is with youth. They don't know how to win trophies like that. They don't know how to do it at the bigger level, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? And what people get with youth, what people don't understand with youth is, say if they keep bottling trophies when they're young, that becomes a mental a barrier for them. You know what I'm trying to say? If they kept bottling trophies, like it does become a concern for them, innit? You know, it's like it makes you think: can they can they get over the line, bro? Having experience like players like Italy. One thing I'll say is they got players like Chiesa, for example, Barella, who are young,
but then they're complemented.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not they haven't just banged them in there because they're young. That's the thing. You know what it is? I see a lot of people, they're like, get Koundé, he's young, get Pau Torres. It's like, we don't really need him right now. You know what I'm trying to say? Go get Varane because Varane's the only option for me. All these other options, I'm gonna be real with this one. You see how we need a centre back. You see if there's not the right centre back out there like Koundé or Varane, I'm saying we'll just wait a year and you're better off spending that money on a CDM, bro. If we can't get Varane, because legit, what I say.
But here's the thing with that. Sorry to cut you off. Is like even if we can't get Varane, go use the scouting network we have and scout a centre back. It's world football. You're telling me you can't find one centre back in the whole world of football to find and go and find a centre back who complements Maguire in that. I think Varane does complement in terms of the pace thing. You know what I'm saying? In that, in terms of the pace thing, I'm with it. In terms of the experience thing, I'm with it. Does he have, and the price as well? He's at 100%.
I swear he doesn't get injured a lot, does he?
I'm not as far as I know, no, because I've been looking at his numbers in terms of appearances, and he's there. Yes, he's been there with Ramos, and he's been there with Pepe as well, 100%. And have they helped him? But give me a better option at that place. You know what I'm saying? He's experienced, and he's dealing with pressure at Real Madrid. Real Madrid is probably the only club I can think of in Europe where the pressure is equal to or more than playing for Manchester United. This is the same Real Madrid fans that have booed Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. They've booed Gareth Bale. You know what I'm saying? They've booed Raul.
But you know why?
They've booed Casillas. Like, we know what the Real Madrid fans are like, and he's dealt with that. He's been there since he's been like 19 or something like that. He was sought after. So it's kind of like, that's why I would go and get Varane. And even if it falls short, you go, you know what? All right, cool. Because to me, 50, 60 million, when Ben White's going for the similar price, that tells you what you need to know.
You can sell him, or you can put him as part of a trade deal, in my opinion, like with Varane.
Well, you're trying to send Dan James over there, fam. Is that what you're trying to do?
Well, we can give Dan James to these, man. If they want him, bro.
I actually saw apparently like Donny van der Beek on loan to them and then Varane to us.
Yeah, but
I remember they wanted Varane. They wanted to throw Van der Beek before we paid up.
That's the thing. That's true. I wouldn't mind that though. I actually wouldn't mind that because at least Van der Beek would get played at Man United.
No, I would mind that because you're going to see Van der Beek flourish and everyone's going to be like, oh, then he's going to want to stay there.
Yeah, but you know what, Tyrone? You know what, though? Hear me out here. When a player's being treated that poorly, at that point, like you just can't defend it. You know what I'm trying to say? The way he's got treated this season, honestly, like it hurts my heart, bro. Like someone. Like, bro, man used to get benched for McTominay, bro. You know what? We talk about our midfield. Fred, McTominay, Bruno, yeah? Never been to a Champions League group stage. And I think maybe Fred has, yeah? No. Yeah. I mean, never been to a semi-final before. You know what I'm trying to say? These men haven't, yeah? Pogba's the only one who's been to a Champions League final. All of these men, yeah, do not know what the latter stages of a competition are like Donny does, yeah. The experience he has.
Look at this prick trolling. Just wanted to call him a prick, that's all. You know what I'm saying? Go on, carry on.
Like Lewis, man. No, but the experience he has and all of that, yeah, is like, it's so good for the cup. Even in Ajax, bro, he went all the way to the Europa League final, yeah. It's like, these brothers don't have the experience like he does. He was playing week in, week out for Ajax, yeah. I spoke to an Ajax fan and flip.
Yeah, no stress. Harris, you back, yeah?
Yeah, I'm back. I spoke to an Ajax fan on Clubhouse one time. Hold on, I'm going to wait till this guy stops lawnmowing in it. Hold on.
Nah, we can't even hear him. Carry on, fam. It's cool.
Can you not hear
Carry
him?
on. We can hear him. It's only a little bit. Carry on, man. Man has ice cream vans and motorbikes in the back. Yeah, it's crazy.
No, I was going to say, when it comes to Ajax and that, yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, they were just talking about how Donny's a good player, and they were very disappointed to see the amount of game time he got because they think he's been unfairly treated as well, bro. Like in Ajax, if you saw the send off they gave, yeah, that's not a send off you give to a shit player, in my opinion. That's what I'll say at the end of the day.
Well, when you're talking about a player that scored away at Bernabeu, he scored away at Juventus and got them to a semi-final of the Champions League.
Exactly.
Yeah, what more of an advert can you give a guy? And you know, and it's funny when you talk about Clubhouse because Daps will probably laugh. But I actually went to Amsterdam and I watched him and they played Feyenoord and he won 2-0 and he scored. Him and Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. Remember Huntelaar?
I remember Huntelaar, man. Jeez, you're taking it back, man. Said Huntelaar,
boy, I went January 2018 and Van der Beek was young then. I'll probably say 21 then, but he scored and you could already see then what type of player he was. Hakim Ziyech was the standout that day. I know it's not really worked out from too much at Chelsea, but when I watched them two, you could see that they had levels to progress. You get what I'm saying?
You see that technically sound ballers, but yo, large up everybody who has been tuned in, large up everyone who's tuned in, whether you're watching this live or watching this back on the YouTube. Please make sure you hit the like button of the video, share it across all the socials. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, make sure you follow me at That's Me Flawless on Twitter and Instagram. You can find Harris and Tyrone's and the Never a Foul podcast. You'll find all them socials tagged on mine as well. Never a Foul. Go subscribe to that channel right now. I just put it in the title about 5 minutes ago. It's literally in the title now. So while you're watching the show, you can click on it and it'll take you straight there. You can subscribe. You can catch Tyrone on Never a Foul podcast. As you see in here, even though he's the special guest on the show, he's been asking us questions. That's why you know he's a good host. So make sure you go check out Never a Foul podcast.
Flawless, by the way, big up all your support, man. You get loads of comments. I love the people that support you and that. So just keep doing your thing and trust me, you're going far, man. Love you, man.
Yeah, man. Love, man. Every time.
Man.
But yeah, we'll Tyrone will go
to the stream with you as well, by the way.
Did you catch
respect.
that? Fam?
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
I said I was sick being on the stream with you as well, man. We definitely have to link up, man.
Listen, anytime, man, bro. My respect goes to you, man, bro. Listen, bro. Tyrone's a fucking legend, people. Go subscribe to his channel right now, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't pagan the thing, because I know there's quite a few of you. Go subscribe now, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like,
big up, man.
Bro, look, gang shit, bro. That's all I'm saying. Shout out, bro.
Let's go.
Love.
Yeah, any closing words, Tyrone, and of course, let them know where they can find you. Like I said, anything you want to add,
man, people, like Flawless said, he spoke so well of being the intro as well. So, like I said, first of all, before I come to myself, big up Flawless and Sarcasm City TV doing big things. It's not just daily, they're doing it nighttime as well. They've got a basketball UFC thing. I see all of it, so love that, man. Big up yourself. And then you can find us at Never a Foul on Twitter, at Never a Foul Media on Instagram. You can follow myself, Tyrone MC __. Obviously, I'm a football fan first, and I'm a United fan second. So, I talk on everything. I love the game, and hopefully, you can keep enjoying the content. And I just love out of lockdown. This thing has brought so many of us people together, man. So big things to come. So yeah, respect Flawless as well, and Harris, man.
Yeah, man. Every time, Harris, same to you as well. Anything you want to add, etc., etc.
First off, like, subscribe to Sarcasm City, subscribe to Never a Foul, follow the Twitch, man. Get the run numbers up. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? Like, get us stuff 4K subscribers on the road to 4K now.
Okay, yeah. YouTube 4K people. Yes, that is the road. The 3K party soon come as well. Go on, Harris.
It's coming soon, bro. Stay tuned for that. Listen, people, we on some legendary shit right now, and you don't want to miss out, bro, because this is straight gang shit, the ultimate of the ultimate content. So, people, subscribe now, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Probably the most legendary YouTubers.
Bro, yeah, Harris hilarious, fam.
Listen. But one thing, stay tuned for the NBA watch along, bro, because this shit is gonna get lit. I'm telling you, Flawless, tell them how lit it's gonna get.
You already know, like I said, if you're an NBA fan, you should be there. And if you like just the Sarcasm City TV vibes and banter and jokes, get there and you can learn about basketball. I ain't a basketball head like that because of the panelists we have, including Harris. You can ask questions and you can learn so much. I've learned so much covering this playoffs. So yes, that is tonight, 1:50 a.m. it will start. So that's 10 minutes before.
Oh, it's tonight.
No, it's game 2 tonight.
Game 2. Okay.
Game 2, Suns Bucks, game 2. Obviously, the Suns won game 1. So game 2 of the Phoenix Suns versus the Milwaukee Bucks. That watch along will start. We will bring you the entire game via the watch along if it does go into overtime, and we'll bring you games for the whole series as well, people. So whether it's over in 4 or it goes to game 7, we'll be covering that courtside commentary, which is the latest edition. That is the basketball show on the channel as well. We will be bringing you the Euro 2020 final watch along, Copa America 2021 watch along. Have a look on the upcoming live stream section, people. I'll let you know all the shows that are coming up. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you know all the shows. But yes, tonight, 12:50 a.m., 10 minutes before tip-off, you'll get the Suns versus the Bucks game 2. Myself, Harris will be on there. Go on,
shout out disgruntled blogger. Man, call me Harris Gretzy.
Yeah, because you're trying to do this hockey thing. You know what I'm saying?
If anyone in the chat knows about NHL and hockey, give me a DM, bro. Because
send him a DM.
Right, the hockey thing as well, yeah.
He's trying to do this hockey thing. I'm
down, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to do this for the vibes, bro. So people, if you want to, send me a DM if you got good knowledge about hockey, bro. But yeah, shout out, bro. Shout out to the chat each and every time.
And don't forget, people, as well, larger part of audio listeners, this show and all the other shows on the channel outside of the watch-alongs are available on audio-only platforms. So if you want to listen, so you might be while you're driving, while you're at work, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, whatever, this show and all the other shows are available as audio-only platforms. Just type in Sarcasm City TV wherever you listen to podcasts. Underneath, the link underneath in the description will take you to the SoundCloud, the Sarcasm City TV, Spotify, and the iTunes as well in it. So make sure you check out. Big up all the audio listeners as well in it, because I've seen the numbers go up on there. Large up everyone. Like Tyrone said, Never a Foul podcast. ManDem United is here. It's every Tuesday and every Thursday. Myself and Harris, 5 p.m. Sometimes joined by a special guest. Obviously, we only bring you the best special guests, whether it's Tyrone, whether it's a Zeno, etc., etc. But yeah, people, this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV.